You just heard Mahogany and Fur. Up next, Lance and the Lesbian. Only on WTMT, Cleveland. It's 10:22 in Cleveland, Ohio.
Think I'm going for a walk now.
That means it's time for Lance
I wanna know where to follow.
and the Lesbian.
Good evening, Cleveland.
Make you happy,
Welcome to Lance and the Lesbian. I am your host,
do
Lance,
a lot of things.
And I'm the lesbian.
and it's a beautiful night here in downtown Cleveland, high above, looking over the peaceful, serene city. Wonder what you're doing tonight, Cleveland. Hopefully you're sitting with your glass of wine, maybe a nice fire, and just enjoying some of the tunes we're playing and some of the thoughts that we're sending out your way. And also, just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you go to lanceandthelesbian.org.
But make sure you tune into Mahogany and Fur right before us.
Yeah, thanks to the Mahogany and Fur guys. I like I really like the morning zoo thing they have going on. It's a little offensive, but you know, I think it comes from the heart. It comes from a good place. It comes from a good place, and but please make sure you head to lanceandlesbian.com and sign our petition. Oh, .org. We just changed that to .org. We didn't want to be commercial any longer, and we are now a nonprofit, a 501(c). So
Well, I mean, Lance, if you speak from your mind, how can it be wrong?
absolutely, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. And make sure you sign our petitions. We have 74 different petitions up right now, ranging everywhere from animal rights, plant rights, mineral rights,
Environmental rights.
environmental rights, and right turns, the rights to turn right. So make sure you sign all those. They're very important. Every cause is equally important. We are all God and Goddess's children.
Well, next week on the show, we are going to have Tegan from Tegan and Sarah. Is that correct?
I can't tell them apart.
Yeah, it's confusing. Lots of things are confusing in life.
Yeah, and you know why they don't have? She doesn't have to be Tegan or Sarah. She can be either or both. That's the beauty of our world. Non-gender bathrooms.
But for tonight, our special guest will be Carl Rigo from
From Mahogany and Fur. It's great to have Carl here. Oh yeah. Also, if you would like to adopt a cat, we have several cat adoption agencies that are happy to help you. If you happen to find a cat at a dumpster, just give it to me.
Yes, Lance, I'm in the studio here today to talk about adopting cats
Oh,
with
hello,
you.
Carl. Welcome to the show.
Hi,
Welcome to the
Lance.
show. Thank you for
thank
coming
you
on,
for being here.
Lance and the Lesbian.
Thank you guys for having me. I was able to stick around after the show for a little while to talk to you guys about some very interesting things we
Things
have
that are
going down.
close to your heart. I know.
Things-
I know you're a jokester. You like to joke
I do,
during your show, but
But
some
now
things
it's-
touch your heart.
but that's just, you know what? It's all an act, really, because deep down inside, I have a big, huge heart for cats and
I heard
lesbians.
you had a very, very large heart.
I
I
do.
mean,
Very
who
thick.
doesn't love pussies?
I love pussies. And I just wanted to talk to everybody out there today about cats. And there's lots of cats at the Cleveland APL that are homeless right now.
Oh, that's just awful.
Well, their home is the Cleveland APL, so they're not technically homeless. They're getting a meal every day. But we treat cats worse than we treat our homeless people, and that's not right.
And that's already pretty bad.
It's already pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have many cats down there, and there's one named Mittens.
Oh,
And,
tell us about Mittens, please.
Mittens is a mentally retarded cat, and
Here on this show, we prefer mentally challenged.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Cats
But-
with developmental disabilities. that
Handy
do-
capable
Are we able
felines.
Are we on a delay? Are we able to beep that?
We can maybe fix it in post. Don't worry.
We-
It's okay, Carl. This is a learning zone.
Okay.
This is a learning
No-
zone,
nothing
and
you
we
say is wrong.
and we
Nothing you
encourage
say is wrong.
growth.
Well, I didn't want to offend any cat
Here, we
lovers out
can just
there.
hold hands while we talk about this.
Let's all hold hands together. See, how can we hold mics in hands? I don't
No, it's
understand. But I just want. Let's say a prayer real quick for Mittens the cat.
to the goddesses.
I just wanted to say, everybody bow your head a little bit in the studio. Okay. Mittens, you're such a beautiful cat. And I just pray that you find the home that you deserve. I know that your previous owner died, and it was such a horrible, horrible situation that you were chewing on his feet for days. And that was the only way you survived. And yet you were still such a skinny little cat when you came into the APL. And I just pray that one day you were able to regain the cat strength that you had prior to the ordeal that you went through, and maybe after years of cat therapy, you'll be able to be a productive member of the feline population again.
That was really nice, Carl. Thank you.
That was nice,
I'm
thank
getting
you.
a little teary-eyed.
Now I know
Thinking about it right
before
now.
we get too deep with feline relocation, I know that you last year you were really involved in the movement to tear up all of the freeways in Northeast Ohio
Yes.
and give the land back to indigenous peoples.
Well, we're really, it wasn't the people necessarily, Lance. It was actually, I wanted to give it back to the feral cats that were living in this world. Because we
okay.
took away their playground, basically, and we put up roads and just for our convenience.
It's so terrible.
Yeah, I know that everyone keeps talking about the overpopulation of the deer, but if we would just get rid of these public
If we would just
transportation
get
and the
rid of
roads,
If we could just get rid of people, then deer would be fine. But it's the people that are the problem, not the deer. And it's the people that are problems, not the feral cats that wander the roads. Because every time you hit a feral cat, you're killing a family member. Yes, that's the cat that I brought into the studio today.
oh, it's really lovely.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. I brought Bubbles in and...
Terrible, Carl. Tell us more.
well, no, it's not terrible that I brought Bubbles in. He's one of my 12 cats that I have at my house.
I noticed Bubbles only has 2 legs. Can you tell us about
Yes,
that?
Bubbles. He has 2 front legs, and I made this special titanium and carbon fiber wheelchair for him.
Oh, I see that. He looks like a little racer racing around the studio.
He does, and don't say that because that's offensive to him. He thinks he still has legs in the back.
He can still play like any other
He
cat.
thinks he still has legs, though. I don't want you to offend him.
Oh, he's fine.
It's okay, Bubbles. Don't listen. Don't listen. Don't listen, Bubbles. It's okay. So I made this. It cost me $12,000 to make this wheelchair for this cat. It only cost me $100 to put the cat under, but I thought, what right do I have to euthanize a cat?
What right to life do any of us have?
What
I
right?
mean-
We all have a right to life.
I know.
What do you mean, lesbian?
I mean, you can't put a little pussy under just because
You can,
it's hurt.
can't you? We're getting off topic, I think, you guys. Okay. Well, I wanted to thank you guys for letting me come in. I'm a little offended, and I'm going to leave now. You guys can go back to whatever your show is.
Yeah, thank you, Carl. We've cherished your time,
And I just want to let
and we
everybody
honor
know
your presence
to
here.
listen to Mahogany and Fur on Thursdays. It starts at 7 p.m. in the EST. That's not stand for established. I'm not MGK. I'm a human being, and I have feelings. I do not rap about bitches and hoes. People hurt. Hurt people hurt.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
So just listen to Mahogany and Fur, and you'll be able to laugh and maybe forget your troubles for an hour or so, or maybe 3, however long the show goes on for.
And that's it for this week for
Well, no,
Lance and
what-
Lesbian. Yeah,
That can't be it.
well,
you guys
we're-
Thank you, Carl. Thank you,
You guys
Bubbles,
can't be
for being
done.
here.
it's a very short show, Carl. But make sure you sign up for all of our 72
You guys,
petitions.
I was wondering if you guys were going to have Tattoo in next week. And
well,
Tegan and Sarah.
Tegan or Sarah.
Oh,
We don't have
either
the budget
one.
for both or the space.
And we
Okay.
really don't care which one comes.
We don't know. We don't care.
What if it's just an imposter? Do you even care then?
It could be Tegan. It could be Sarah.
It could be
Meg,
Bob from down
It
the
could be
street.
Meg. It could be Dia. We don't know these things.
Okay. It could be Bob from Canada.
Could be Bob from Canada. We're on the honor system here at Lance and Lesbian.
Okay.
If you tell us you're Tegan from Tegan and Sarah, we will believe you as a fellow human.
That's very interesting. Okay. Well, I want to thank you guys again for letting me come into the studio and speak my mind and talk about things that normally I wouldn't talk about on the air.
No problem. Thank you, Carl, for opening your soul, showing us who you really are.
I'm going to leave now. You guys can finish the show.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Carl.
Thanks.
All souls are beautiful.
after this, I hope you guys will join us in going online and just Googling Sarah McLachlan and watching all of her hurt, sad animal videos with us and crying.
I will remember
That's it for this
you.
week with Lance and the Lesbian. We really thank you for listening.
Thank you, Lance.
Thank you, Lesbian. And enjoy yourself, Cleveland. Wherever you are.
Good night.
Good night.
That was Lance and the Lesbian on WTMT Cleveland. Up next, something's going to happen. I don't know what. It might be the replay of the show from last week. Who knows? Thank you for listening to WTMT Cleveland. We're now signing off. We're going to a pre-recorded format. Good night.
You were supposed to get a cut up for that, dude.